Hey guys, forgive me. It's my bad. I'm sorry that I couldn't upload a video last week. It was because I have been traveling the whole past week, and I was in a third world country and I was in another nation. But I'm back now, so yeah, here I am, and I just want to talk to you today about one of the most profound things that I learned during my time in this nation. So yeah, as you know, I told you that it was a third world country. I will be not naming it for certain reasons, but like there, it was surrounded with poverty. Like the people were struggling with poverty. The towns, the cities. Like the biggest thing was the one of the main struggles in this nation was poverty, and that's why we call it a third world country, right? But one of the things, like me living personally with the locals, and just being a part of their lifestyles and the things that they do, their everyday lives, like it just messed me upside down because in the midst of so much poverty, in the midst of their lack of resources, there was something that kept them going no matter what, even in the midst of that. And so that kind of caught my attention, and it got me questioning, like, how could you, in the midst of poverty or in the midst of like lacking everything else that we complain about, how could you be so happy? How could you be full of satisfaction, or like satisfied with where you're at, and just be full of joy and happiness in the midst of that? And when I begin to talk to these locals, when I begin to like share lives with them, when I begin to like live or like be a part of their lives, one thing that was consistent in all of them, or the consistent answer that I keep getting, was that they embraced the season or the process that God was taking them through, or they were at in that current season. And through that, like, one thing that I caught was that poverty was not a lack of resources. Poverty was not a lack of like what we think was poverty, but poverty was a lack of embracing the season they were in, and it was a lack of worldview, right? And so one of the things that I can summarize this whole trip down into would be that failure to embrace your season will prolong the journey to your destiny. And that was so profound. That was really crazy. I was like, wow. And one of the biggest examples you'll ever come through is in the Bible. Like, we know the story of Moses and the Israelites, right? Moses tried getting the Israelites to the promised land, the Red Sea and all of it, but historically proven, it was supposed to take them 11 days, right? But we see, or we read in the story, that it took them 40 years to get to the promised land. And even still, not the whole generation of the Israelites got to the promised land. It was only two of them that got to the promised land, right? And so when I began thinking about this, like, the biggest thing that came up to me was like, it was because they had failed to embrace the process or the season they were in, which led to the delay of their journey to the promised land. Right, some of you listening to this video, or like even watching this video right now, you may be like, I'm stuck in this place, I'm stuck in this job for such a long time, there's no progress, there's no promotion, like I've had my finances the same way, there's no improvement, there's no higher level anywhere. Like, I know I can do so much more better, I know I have so much more potential, but I'm still stuck in this place. You know why? It's because you fail to embrace the season you're in. And so, yeah, or you fail to embrace the season you're in, which has led to the prolonging of your journey to your destiny. Does it make sense? That's why we feel like we're not where we're supposed to be. It's because at times we fail to embrace the situation or the season that God has put us in, and when we do so, we immediately prolong the journey to the destiny, right? And so, like, there's this more famous proverb that comes to mind. It talks about, do not worry about tomorrow, for today's got enough problems of its own, right? And it clearly speaks for itself. Like, when you begin to think about tomorrow, when you think about the worries of tomorrow and forget to embrace the season you're in right now, you immediately you immediately go into a season of prolonging the journey to your destiny, right? And so I just want to encourage you, or like give you some of the points or the pointers that I learned during my time in this nation, and I just want to challenge you and I just want to encourage you with it, right? So embrace, it brings, first point, joy and happiness. Why does it bring joy and happiness? Like, one thing that I caught from this whole trip into this nation was that when they begin to embrace the season they were in, when they begin to embrace the circumstance or the situation, that immediately brought happiness and joy and satisfaction no matter where they were. You see, some of the things that we complained about, they begin to be grateful for things they had, and they just begin to embrace it, which created this sense or this attitude of gratefulness and joy and happiness no matter where they were. And the second point, you begin to see things through a different perspective. Like I begin to see things that I normally wouldn't with these two eyes when I begin to embrace my season, right? You begin to see things through a different set of lens. Like, because there are things that we cannot see through our normal eyes, but when we begin to embrace our season, when we begin to walk in it, we begin to see things through a different perspective, like things we could have probably never seen if we hadn't embraced it. And then, that causes us to work, all right, this is something that I need to work on, or this is something I need to, like, take a hold of, and that would, like, take you on your journey to your destiny, right? And the last but not least point I would want to give away is that you begin to learn that things that will change your entire life and will change the perspective to the way you do life if you embrace the season you're in. And so when I began to embrace the season I was in, like, the lack of resources didn't bother me. The lack of what I call money or resources in general, it began to, like, go away. I'd rather begin to, like, walk from this place of fullness and satisfaction and joy and happiness into where I was. And so those are some of the points that I would like to give away. And if you're feeling like you're in the season of, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be, I got more potential, I got more than where I'm at, I just want to challenge you and encourage you to embrace the season you're in, because when you begin to embrace, when you begin to walk it out, trust me, like, I've been there, I've done there, and I'm giving it to you from experience that your lives will be changed for the better good, right? And so yeah, that will be it for today. But before you go, I just wanna challenge you, and I just wanna ask you for a favor. That would be that make sure after you're done watching this video, that you take some time to share this link with, like, 3 other people that you know that would want to listen to this video, right? There's so many people out there that are struggling, that are going through experiences which then they feel like they're all alone, they're by themselves fighting. But when we begin to, like, step out and, like, share and encourage people, like, it begins to change their perspective, and, like, we can reach to more people than I normally would, right? I can't do this on my own, and I need you to partner with me so that we can do this together. And so yeah, I just want to challenge you and encourage you to go ahead and share this video with 3 other people, and maybe there's a life that you could impact indirectly through this video. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I just want to encourage you to make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment in the sections below. I'd love to hear from you. You have a great day. God bless you.